Hello guys! Sa video ito, malalaman natin at ang iba't ibang crimes against national security. Umpisahan natin sa Article 115. Article 115 of the Revised Penal Code, Conspiracy and Proposal to Commit Treason. Penalty: the conspiracy and proposal to commit the crime of treason shall be punished respectively by prison mayor and a fine not exceeding 10,000 pesos and by prison correctional and a fine not exceeding 5,000 pesos. Article 116. Misprision of treason. Every person owing allegiance to the United States or the government of the Philippine Islands without being a foreigner and having knowledge of any conspiracy against them who conceals or does not disclose and make known the same as soon as possible to the governor or fiscal of the province or the mayor or fiscal of the city in which he resides, as the case may be, shall be punished as an accessory to the crime of treason. Article 117. Espionage. The penalty of prison correctional shall be inflicted upon any person who, number 1, without authority therefore, enters a warship, fort or naval or military establishment or reservation to obtain any information, plans, photographs, or other data of a confidential nature relative to the defense of the Philippine archipelago, or number 2, being in possession by reason of the public office he holds of the articles, data, or information referred to in the preceding paragraph discloses their contents to a representative of a foreign nation. The penalty next higher in degree shall be imposed if the offender be a public officer or employee. Article 118. Inciting to war or giving motives for reprisals. The penalty of reclusion temporal shall be imposed upon any public officer or employee, and that of prison mayor upon any private individual who, by unlawful or unauthorized acts, provokes or gives occasion for a war involving or liable to involve the Philippine Islands or exposes Filipino citizens to reprisals on their persons or property. Article 119. Violation of neutrality. The penalty of prison correctional shall be inflicted upon anyone who, on the occasion of a war in which the government is not involved, violates any regulation issued by competent authority for the purpose of enforcing neutrality. Article 120. Correspondence with hostile country. Any person who, in time of war, shall have correspondence with an enemy country or territory occupied by enemy troops shall be punished by prison correctional if the correspondence has been prohibited by the government, by prison mayor if the correspondence be carried on in ciphers or conventional signs, and by reclusion temporal if notice or information be given thereby which might be useful to the enemy. If the offender intended to aid the enemy by giving such notice or information, he shall suffer the penalty of reclusion temporal to death. Article 121. Flight to enemy's country. The penalty of arresto mayor shall be inflicted upon any person who, owing allegiance to the government, attempts to flee or go to an enemy country when prohibited by competent authority. Article 122. Piracy in general and mutiny on the high seas or in the Philippine waters. The penalty of reclusion perpetua shall be inflicted upon any person who, on the high seas or in Philippine waters, shall attack or seize a vessel, or, not being a member of its complement nor a passenger, shall seize the whole or part of the cargo of said vessel, its equipment, or personal belongings of its complement or passengers. The same penalty shall be inflicted in case of mutiny on high seas or in Philippine waters. Article 123. Qualified piracy. The penalty of reclusion perpetua to death shall be imposed upon those who commit any of the crimes referred to in the preceding article under any of the following circumstances. Number 1. Whenever they have seized a vessel by boarding or firing upon the same. Number 2. Whenever the pirates have abandoned their victims without means of saving themselves. Or number 3. Whenever the crime is accompanied by murder, homicide, physical injuries, or rape.